G'day, just at Northside, and just thought I'd do a couple of little observations about buckwheat and why I like to put it in a mix. This is the summer multi-species mix that I had planted in the top side of this swamp paddock. And what I've found with planting buckwheat, and the reason that I came about it, is it's in the same Polygonaceae family as smartweed and dock. So if you feel like you can grow those weeds on your farm, there's a reasonable chance that you'll be able to grow buckwheat, is my thinking. And since planting it, it's sort of a funny plant. It doesn't get really huge, and you sort of worry about how much grazing value it might actually have. So this is some here with the white flower. Now, interestingly, this is the second generation of this buckwheat. So it grows very, very quickly, establishes early. Goes to seed very quickly, much sooner than, say, your sun hemp, which is the taller plant that we're looking at here, or many others. And it kind of gets through its life cycle that much more rapidly, that when we got the big rain event, when the flood came around Cyclone Alfred, it was able to reseed and go again. Now, underneath here you can actually see a sunflower head that's fallen off, or the birds have knocked it down, and that's dropped some seed that might potentially reseed itself as well, but won't happen till next summer. So it's amazing that buckwheat can do it so quickly. I just pulled a plant out to show you another thing that I sort of like about it now. It grows really well where there's extra organic matter, and that spot that I'm standing in right now is where I've fed a round bale of hay before I planted this summer crop. You see that root action that it's got? It's able to sort of send down shoots all the way down there and get in amongst the organic matter, and then create its own little pocket. And the soil underneath this is just beautiful. It's not too wet, doesn't have that waterlogged feeling that a lot of other spots do at the moment. It's quite crumbly, and you can see that the way that the soil's hanging onto those roots is really good microbial association going on there with those almost dreadlock type roots. So yeah, it's able to get down in this really thick organic matter and grow in places like that. So that's a cool little strength of the plant, and I just love how quick it is to germinate. It gives you a really easy response to see if your plantings worked well, and the spacings, etc. You can see another little white patch over there where there's another round bale fed previously. So it just really dominates in those places with good organic matter, especially with this sort of stuff which is reseeding. It was probably a lot better coverage the first time around where it had grown from being planted, but you can see now that where the thick grass is, the regular paspalum and kikuyu dominant pasture, it's sort of choked it out from reseeding straight away. So I'll just keep observing as time goes on. It might be able to reseed again when the grazing season allows. If the cattle come through here at the right time, it might outcompete the grass when it feels like it might be ready next spring. So yeah, just a little observation on buckwheat and why I reckon it's a good thing to put in your mix. It's in a small plant family, one that's not common in many paddocks, especially on the east coast of Australia. And by putting it in, you help increase that microbial diversity as well as plant diversity, and with those beautiful white flowers that we saw, it's going to attract different pollinators and insects as well. Righto, keep planting, keep those cattle moving.